Hey everybody, it's Sunday night. I'm kind of exhausted, had a really long day. Was at church this morning and got to see a lot of close friends from the past and hear what the church is doing to help the refugees. I don't have a really exciting video to show you today, but what I do have is two stories. When we hear about the 1.6 million refugees so far that have arrived in Poland, and it'll be up another 100,000 for sure by tomorrow, it's sometimes hard to remember that these are individuals. And I want to tell you about two individuals that I've had an encounter with yesterday. One of them, it was a longer drawn out thing, and the other was just a short encounter. Because each person in that 1.6 million has a name, and each one has a story. The first person I want to tell you about, it starts out with a mother in Nigeria who was worried about her daughter, who had been a fourth-year medical student in Ukraine and who had just evacuated and fled and managed to get to Warsaw with a very difficult trip. But there she was, all alone, doesn't speak the language, didn't know what to do. She got in touch with a friend of hers named Lori, who I believe lives in Calgary. And Lori somehow is connected to Sue Hewitt, who goes to Rock Point, just outside of Cochrane, where we go. And she told Sue about this girl named Jane, who was stuck over there in Warsaw. And then I guess when I got up to share in church about going over to Poland, I didn't know Sue Hewitt, but Sue got a hold of me and said, there's a girl named Jane. At that point, I didn't know anything about her, neither did Sue, just that she had a phone number. So I got a hold of her on her Ukrainian cell phone number, called her on WhatsApp, and got through to her and just discovered this very sweet, kind girl, young woman, fourth-year medical student, had a little bit traumatized at that point, having come through what she had, but just not knowing what to do. And I didn't know what we could do. But I told her, I said, I'll be in Warsaw in a couple of days, and we're going to see what we can do. So I got over here and just got really busy with everything. But I called her, and I prayed with her on the phone at that first phone call and encouraged her. And I called her while I was here to check on her. And the place she was staying at, she was at an Airbnb because she didn't know where to go, and she was running out of money and didn't really want to tell anybody about it. But I think Sue kind of figured it out, and so Sue asked me if I could get some money to her, and we arranged that I would get some money to her, and took that to her. And it's interesting, when I was driving to take the funds to her that she needed, I got a call from my brother in Toronto, who has a friend whose brother or some connection of a guy who's a surgeon in Canada now, who just finished his studies at the medical school in Krakow, Poland. And so when I got to see Jane and meet her for the first time face to face and give her these funds, I was able to give her, hey, would you like to see about going and continuing your medical studies in Krakow? And that really encouraged her. And the story's not over, it's still going. But I just tell that story to let you know that these individuals, He knows their names. And it was so amazing how God orchestrated a worried mother in Nigeria tells a friend in Calgary who tells Sue Hewitt, who doesn't know me from hole in the ground, and I get up and say I'm going to Poland, and we get that connection, and we find Jane, and you can see her picture attached to this email. The second individual, it's a shorter story, and there's a picture attached of this young girl. Her name, oh boy, I got to walk over here because she has a Ukrainian name. Her name is Angelina. I'm just going to turn this around here. This is a painting that she did, and just she's a really good artist. And the story is this: I don't know very much about her other than her name and that she's a nice, good artist. Radek and I, Radek's the director of the mission we work with here. We had just finished going through the camp. You saw the video yesterday of the camp we were going. And as we're leaving, this young girl's sitting at a picnic table painting. And we looked and we saw her painting, and Radek said, "Hey, can I buy your painting?" And she said, "Oh, no, it's not good enough. No. Finally, he convinced her and was able to buy it from her. And we asked her if we could take her picture, and that's the one you see attached. And it just hit me. Like, she's just a sweet kid, 17 years old, sitting at a camp, not knowing what's ahead of her. And it just reminded me, we've got to remember, these are individuals. And we've got to pray for them. And we've got to pray that this terrible war comes to an end. And so that's my report for today. Not terribly exciting in the big numbers and whatnot, but it's about 2 individuals. So keep praying. Tomorrow we're going to have a more detailed video report. I'm going to meet a Ukrainian pastor. He looks over about 20 churches. He's a church leader there, and I'm going to be meeting with him. He's going back into the Ukraine right after I meet with him. Anyways, that'll be tomorrow. This video is kind of long. Sorry about that. But that's it for today. Okay, God bless you guys.